In reaction to the series of attacks on foreign nationals by some South Africans in the past few days, South Africa is facing international isolation in areas of continental politics, sports and most importantly, international trade. In this video, a few of those reactions are going to be considered, with facts and figures from various sources. Please stay tuned. It was reported on Tuesday the 3rd of September 2019 that some angry Nigerians have burnt down some MTN offices in Lagos, Nigeria, to stop South Africans from attacking and murdering Nigerians in broad daylight in South Africa. MTN and other South African companies, such as MultiChoice and ShopRite, operate in Nigeria and many other African countries. The turnover of these South African companies in Nigeria alone is far more than that of South Africa. In other words, these South African companies make more profits in Nigeria than in South Africa. This is obvious because the population of Nigeria, which stands at over 190 million, is far more than 3 times the population of South Africa, providing a bigger market for South African products and services. In addition to that, Nigerians give preference and priority to South African companies over their Nigerian counterparts, causing the Nigerian companies to struggle. Nigerians believe that if the South African companies are closed down, their Nigerian counterparts will begin to breathe fresh air, and so the termination of international trade with South Africa will not be a problem for Nigeria. That is that for Nigeria. Now here is what is brewing from Ghana. A ranking member of the Foreign Affairs Committee of Ghana's Parliament, Mr. Samuel Okudzeto-Ablakwa, has charged the African Union to consider relocating its Pan-African Parliament away from South Africa, as part of measures to sanction South Africa for recurrent violent attacks on foreign nationals. Currently, the Pan-African Parliament is located in Midrand, Johannesburg in South Africa. According to Mr. Ablakwa, the South African President, Cyril Ramaphosa, must also be stripped of his pending role as chairperson of the African Union for 2020. In a post on his Facebook page, Mr. Ablakwa said, South Africa had lost every moral justification to keep the Pan-African Parliament, after yet another attack by South African citizens on nationals of African countries. These are the words of Mr. Ablakwa. We cannot accept the unending waves of xenophobic attacks in South Africa, which is but a painful betrayal of the African solidarity against apartheid. Perhaps it is time to relocate the Pan-African Parliament to another country. South Africa has lost every moral justification to keep it. Now, what are the Zambians saying? The Football Association of Zambia has called off the international friendly football match between their national team, the Copper Bullets and Bafana Bafana in Lusaka, on Saturday the 7th of September 2019. This is in response to the current wave of xenophobic violence in South Africa. This is an unprecedented move from a Southern African country, as a fellow Council of Southern Africa Football Association's member takes a stand against attacks in South Africa on foreign immigrants, including some Zambians. The South African Football Association Communications Director, Dominic Chimhavi, has confirmed the call-off. These are the words of Chimhavi. The game is off now. We have just received correspondence from the Football Association of Zambia to indicate they cannot undertake this match with the ongoing violence in South Africa, including targeting their own people from Zambia. Finally, from within South Africa itself, the Center for the Study of Violence and Reconciliation has condemned the attacks on foreigners in South Africa, and indicated that foreigners are used as scapegoats to deflect attention from real issues affecting South Africans, such as poor service delivery, unemployment, violence, poverty, and in the failure of government to deliver on its election promises. Please check in the description box below for the links to the sources of this report. Thanks for watching. Please comment, like, share and subscribe.